A year in the making has finally happened. The invasion was yesterday. TNA invaded NXT. Now, if y'all been paying attention to the story, sometime last year, Wesley, the Rascals, went. That's when I thought it was going to start happening, or that's when I feel like it did start happening. I thought those TNA, because Rascals was on NXT and then they ended up going to TNA, and then they started feuding because I think Wesley was saying something about, I'm gonna show you what a real NXT superstar looks like, and that's when I thought maybe that is when they'll start the war. But they had to. That was just like the starting. When you're trying to pave. You're trying to build something on the ground. You have to start from somewhere, and that was the starting point. And then obviously when you get to the middle part, Trick Williams and JC Jane taking the titles away from TNA, and the TNA stars are like, man, what's going on? And then last night, the main event, especially after what happened last week when they made the match, TNA superstars were upset. We seen Trick Williams and JC Jane defending these titles, and then also beating these TNA stars. But obviously, we saw Ash by Elegance. She defeated JC Jane not too long ago, retaining and bringing the TNA title home to TNA. But now we know for Bound for Glory, Trick Williams versus Mike Santana. That's going to be the biggest match of Mike Santana's career and the biggest match of TNA's lifelong, as long as they've been around when it comes to trying to take the power back. But last night, Obafemi versus Trick Williams, title for title. That is what was going on. And I figured out. When I heard about that match, I said, bro, first of all, there's not going to be a winner. There will be an invasion. That's what I already knew. That will be an invasion. And I wanted to see exactly how they was going to do it. I envisioned that this match was going to go to a DQ, and just all the TNA superstars find a way to surround the ring and start jumping them. Now, all of that didn't it necessarily did happen, but it didn't happen like that. Trick Williams, Obafemi giving out a phenomenal match, which they did, because it was their first time having a singles match. It was a pretty good match for sure. Power versus power, strength versus strength, hitting them with every move you can. And then Trick Williams got to a point where, you know what? I can't beat Oba. So I'm going to slap Mike Santana and slap him like, big fire, open hand. And then that's when everything went loose. Now, as you can see, TNA, they kind of had the upper hand because the NXT locker room had to come in. And things got out of hand, but this is exactly what I like. This is exactly what I want to happen. Now, obviously, this Saturday, No Mercy, Obafemi versus Ricky Saints. That was the last thing you seen outside of with all the people going at each other from TNA and NXT. You saw the last two standing, the title in front of these guys. So that match is happening. Also, like I said, for Bound for Glory, Trick versus Mike Santana. So that is just what's inside the invasion. But what happens? What is the perfect way to have this match, or have what is the conclusion? What are we trying to do? I think what they should be doing. Well, they started a war now. We're going to see what happens on TNA if NXT superstars, which they've already been over there, do they start invading that locker room? Do we start having these wars where different superstars start coming to different shows and just beating up everybody to finally have something which I think they should have? So, like I said, this month, No Mercy. Next month, Bound for Glory. November should be the month where we have TNA versus NXT, their own PLE. They should be able to collaborate and find a way to have everybody side their differences or whatever. Because I would think hopefully Mike Santana would beat Trick at Bound for Glory. Maybe have a little bit of a controversy, like somebody from TNA that you probably wouldn't think would help Mike Santana to save, to bring that title back. And then I would bring in the camaraderie of TNA, and then somebody from NXT, even though they might not like Trick, but they don't like that title's taken away. Maybe we end up having that war, or somebody tries to cost Oba or Ricky Saints a title shot while they're defending their title against a TNA, well, something like that. So what I think we also know, November is War Games in WWE. Okay, the big brand. I mean, the big, the main roster, right? So is either that weekend or sometime in November. First of all, do not have NXT go against AEW. And I'm not saying that because of all that. I'm saying because of a fan of wrestling. I love AEW. I love WWE. I love NXT. I love all types of wrestling. I watch Rev Pro. We got Asha Wrestling. We got MLP Wrestling. We have GCW. We have HOG. We have so much wrestling going on. New Japan. Okay. CMML. It's so much. All right. Stardom. Noah. I'm sorry. Just let me come off. I need you to just find a weekend. This is the same weekend with Survivor Series. I need you to find a weekend where you can have it on a weekend that's free, or on the same weekend with no Survivor Series where it's TNA versus NXT. People would love that. People would love to see that. And I see what y'all doing, TNA. Thank you for listening. I don't know if you listen to me, but thank you for listening, because now you are promoting your show on YouTube live for fans to watch it, because again, no one really understands what's going on in TNA to watch for you to start getting TV deals. We need to understand the product. We need to understand the characters. We need to know who's on the show. Love that. Continue to do that, because now the war is starting to happen. And as you're doing that, now people are starting to understand who's on there. Mike Santana. We know about Eric Young. We know about Steve Macklin, Moose. We know the Hardys on there. We know Ash by Elegance. We know all these other people. And Cedric Alexander and Ali and Nick Nimitz. We know so many people. So, but that's me. Some people don't know them people. So now you're giving the opportunity for people to understand and get an opportunity to learn these people. So appreciate it. Kudos to y'all for doing that on YouTube. Continue to do that. So now, sometime in November, I need a war. I need a match. I need a card. I need a PLE on Peacock where it's NXT versus TNA. I don't care if it's a war game. Do not add it to Survivor Series. No, I need your own. Have these guys and gals go at it. I need women versus the women. I need men versus men. I need teams versus teams. I need y'all to do y'all big one, because this is going to help rest. This is what we need at Invasion. We need people to start. Do you remember when NXT, when that year when there was some superstars stuck in Saudi, I think, and NXT had to come over there and they invaded SmackDown? I need that energy. That is what we're missing. The love of the game when it comes to wrestling. Get out of politics. We like to see this type of stuff. This is what I like to see. Continue to do this on this war and this invasion. I love what I seen. I was so excited to watch this match. I already knew this was going to happen. As a fan of wrestling, this is what we want to see. Please, sometime in November, I need TNA versus NXT PLE. Make it a War Games match, because that's where it comes from. WCW, whatever, but NXT War Games. TNA versus NXT. You can have, if you want to have a traditional 5v5 with the women, that's cool. If you want to have champions versus champions, that's cool, because we don't have the regular Survivor Series no more. They just give us Survivor Series War Games. Give us regular Survivor Series style, but TNA versus NXT. That's what I'm asking for. Please give us that. Hopefully y'all will, but I'm loving what I'm seeing. TNA has invaded NXT. It's so fun to see. It's so fun to say those words. And I can't wait to see what y'all cooking. Until next time, hey, if y'all have anything in the comment section, please let me know. Appreciate all the love and support that y'all doing on this channel. We're going to continue to give daily uploads, as you already know. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And if you are a great person when it comes to betting, make sure you check out Better. The app, it gives you great discounts every day. Free picks. All you gotta do is sign up, use code CLUTCH, you get free picks, you get discounted picks, and hey, go win some cash. Until next time, see ya, be blessed.